Hey Flosstube, it's Elena, the Stitching Farmer. I am back for a monthly update. I got a little behind. I didn't film a January one. Sometimes I don't feel like I have enough to show. This is Koi Boy. He's been super clingy today, like all week. So today is Wednesday, February the 28th. So I go back, I do overnights at a local hospital. And so we do Wednesday night to Wednesday morning, do a week on, week off. So I go back to work tonight. And so I don't know if he knows I'm going back to work, or he's been pretty clingy all week since I've been off, though. We had one of our vehicles had to go into the shop because it was something about a gasket. I don't know much about cars. And so I've been kind of stuck at the house. So he's been which has been nice. I've gotten lots of stitching time in this week. And, but kind of stinks not having like that second vehicle. We got it back yesterday, so I'm good to go for work, which we could share a vehicle between my husband and I, because I work overnight, he works during the day. So it's just kind of a pain though. So, let's see, my last Flosstube I think was like around New Year's. So it's been a couple months since I filmed one last. I have gotten pretty good progress. So I'll just jump right in. Sorry, Koi, I'm gonna have to kick you off my lap though. So I want to start. I'll show you. I made a new start. I'm trying not to start a whole lot of stuff this year, but I do get start Idas pretty badly. So I have been wanting to start this one for a while. These are the hands-on designs. These are the triple play pillows. There's 3 of them, and so this is the spring one. There's also one for each season, and I want to do them all. I have these fabric packs here for each of the seasons too. So I've been holding on to it. I can't remember if it came out last year or the year before. So I've been wanting to get these done, and these pillows are large. Like I think I measured out how big the stitch part is. I think it's like around 4 by 4 inches. And then yeah, the pillow one, like she holds it. She has a Flosstube video where she shows how she puts it together, and she holds it up, and it's big. It's good size. So I'm just so I like look at these patterns. I'm like, oh, this is like a weekender. I can get these done in the weekend. I don't know why I always think these. I've been stitching a long time now. I don't know why. I still think I can stitch that fast. So I have this in I forget what this hoop is called, but it like kind of has a locking inside of it, so it kind of locks into place. I've been bad about not taking it out of the hoop, so I imagine I'm going to have some hoop marks, but hopefully, I don't think, I think the design might fit in. This is a 7-inch hoop. It's a little, I think it'll come down about right there, so I might be able to move it over so the whole thing will fit. So that's where I am on that. I really like the colors. Like, I never would have thought these are like a gray color. I don't think a gray being very springy, but it does look nice, and I like it. And I think each one uses about 10 colors, and they're it's the same colors throughout all 3 blocks, but they are different throughout the series. I think I have the other series here. Oh, I have I pulled this one out too. I really would like to do some for block parties. This is the cat one. So there is summer. I probably should have just started with summer. I thought I could get spring done in time for spring, but now I'm second guessing. This is the fall. And last is the winter. So those are called triple play pillows. All right, another one I've been working on. Pop the Q snap real quick. This is a Plum Street sampler design. I've been stitching it off the pattern, so I flipped it to where I am on the pattern. I don't have the picture out front. Let's see here. Here it is. God Bless America. Got this nest thing he's sitting on. The house is done except for like the windows. And now I've gotten this part complete, and now I'm working on this vine here. So here's where I am. I'm stitching this on 36 counts. Sorry, I'm like struggling here. This house is huge. It took me, I thought it would take no time, but it took me forever. It's the called for 36 count Patriot Brew. She recommends stitching 1/2, but I'm doing 2/2. I like a little bit fuller coverage. Like the only thing I really like to stitch 1/2 on is 40 count, which now I kind of wish I would have done it on 40 count, just so. Sorry, let me just get this back together. And this border has been a lot of fun to do. I've really enjoyed stitching this border here. I think they call that a, oh, it's like a penny border. Kind of reminds me of like a banner. I've enjoyed doing that. I have had to reorder some more colors though, since I am stitching it 2/2 instead of 1/2. I know I had to order some more of the red. I'm thinking I might need another blue, which blue is DMC, so that one's not a big deal. The red was Campfire by Classic Colorwork. So I'm hoping to have that one done by Memorial Day. Don't know if it'll happen. If it does, great. If it doesn't, it's all right. Let's see. Sorry, I'm not very organized. This is like the last day of the month I'm able to do this, so kind of trying to get it done before the kids get back to school, but they get out at 2:45, so it's in 10 minutes. So I know that's not going to happen, but hoping I can maybe pause it and get them sitting down doing their homework. All right, so next, I like to put, so on my Q snaps, kind of trying to protect the stitches, I started putting batting in between. A lot of times I'll also double up the fabric, cover up my stitches with the fabric too. I've had some issues where the stitches are getting crushed. I'm not sure how to prevent that or what else to do, so I've been trying this. Haven't really looked close enough to see if it's been helping much. So this is the this is an owl forest embroidery piece. Oops, I forgot to get this one up. I knew there was one that I forgot to pull up. This one is a big cross stitch piece. I'm trying to stitch, my goal is to stitch 2% a month. I'm stitching this on Pattern Keeper so I can keep up with how much I'm stitching and percentage wise. So I'm trying to do 2% a month. So right now I'm at like, I think 26%. So I'd like to get to 50 by the end of the year on this piece. I'm kind of failing at it right now. I only got like a little over 1% this month. So I need to do like 2 and then a little extra, like 2.5 or something to get there. So this is Everflowering Garden. It's huge. So pretty though, I love it. I'm using their variegated floss. I'm trying to remember. I'm stitching it on, I believe I'm stitching on 32 count. Antique Ivory, I believe is what this is. Looks a little darker than Ivory. I don't know. Maybe I'm stitching on something else. I'll link it in the show notes below, or type it out. All right, so it's so big, it's hard to like, sorry. All right, so this is where it is so far. I've got like that top band done there, working down towards the bottom. I don't see how those of you that like stitch the borders, I'd be so nervous to do that, stitch them all the way around. I just know they wouldn't meet at the end. So I'm just stitching the border as I go along. So I can't remember how far it was last time you guys saw it. I want to say I had that done, so I think all of this part is new. I know the bird is. He was a lot of fun to do. Look at all those colors in there. That was fun. And there's some little butterflies and birds. Lots of planters with pretty plants in it. The border. You can see a lot of the variegation in the border there. This is fun to do too. And this is going to be like a peacock. They're really good at Al Forest at placing their stitches, like the color placement with the variegated thread. It's very like, try and think of the word. It's very even. Sorry, I'm just gonna not do it well, but just get it on there. I think I need to move my Q snaps anyway. Looks more like, I don't know, like it'll be, this part will be dark and the middle will be light and then this will be dark again. Like they just do a very good job at, I'm just kind of throwing it on there. All right, so that was, what is it? I feel like I'm always mixing up the name. Everflowering Garden. I'm also doing another garden, Mandala by Chatelaine, so I kind of get those two mixed up sometimes. So I'm also, I got, everyone in my family has a stocking except for my daughter because she's the youngest and all the stockings were done by the time she came along, so I didn't think I was going to have to do any more. And so this is her stocking that I'm doing for her. I started, I think, before she was born. She's 3 now. So this one's got to get done this year. I'm not going to roll it up, but there's not much more that's not on here. The snowman does have a face. Santa does not have a head though. So my goal is to finish the bottom and then I'll move up. So I have, since you last saw it, I have filled all the presents in his bag. I'm working on the bag now. So in this bag, she uses variegated coloring, which is not something I really enjoy doing. That's one reason I've never done a Teresa Wentzler, because she uses so many combined threads. And so it's kind of a pain to do. When there's a lot of the color in it, it's not so bad as when you're constantly having to switch it. It's like, what do you do with this little leftover, combined color thread? So then I've got to do boots or some grass. So the one thing about Dimensions kits is they don't give you much fabric. Like as you can see, it's unwrapped all the way, and somehow I'm going to have to fix it. It is showing the fabric here, but barely. So they give you like tiny margin. So it doesn't fit that well into these frames. I can probably pull it out a little more. Hopefully that will get me down to the bottom. I don't remember if I've ever stitched Dimensions on a Millennium frame. I used to have these other frames where you attach it with Velcro to the top and bottom. So that usually wouldn't give me an issue because you're like right there on the edge of the fabric, but these, since you have to tuck it into this dowel rod on the back, it doesn't give you a lot of wiggle room. So goal is to finish this by Christmas. See if my mother-in-law can, she's so good at making it into a stocking for me, so I'll see if she can do that one too. I don't like finishing. It's something that's not enjoyable to me. All right, let me see. Should have at least, okay. This one, I've really enjoyed stitching this one. This one's my first Bella Filipina I've ever worked on. And so this is the Mad Tea Party. It's the Alice in Wonderland. So this seems to be, it's a series of like, I guess you could say Disney princesses. So he just released, I also have the Snow White. I haven't started that one. And he just released the Jasmine. That one is so pretty. So I'm trying to like push through this one and get it done because I really want to start Jasmine. She is so pretty. Oh, my kids just walked in. I'm making a video if y'all want to go start on your homework.
Wait,
Golden.
has it been an hour?
It's 16 minutes, sweetie.
I thought it was an hour for a sec.
When you're done, can you help me with my homework?
Yes, I will help you with your homework.
Oh, how long are you making this?
I'm not sure how long it will be, sweetie. So
I have Jordan.
That's my oldest Logan. All right, so I did the Delica B pack from under the. All right, buddy, go do your homework. From under the sea fabrics, she switched out the Mill Hills for Delicas. This one I did the treasure braid. Also, I haven't stitched with that any. I think a lot of the treasure braid is in. I think most of this border here. I kind of wish, I'll show it in a second, but I kind of wish I would have stitched on lighter fabric. I love these leaves here. A little fun extras on there that will go into those vines. So this is I know it's a Fiberlicious fabric. I forget the name of it though, but I'll put it in the show notes. She shows up well on there. I'm just afraid the border might not show up as well. I've seen people stitch it on a lighter fabric, and I like the way the border looked on it, but hopefully it'll all work out. Very colorful piece of fabric. She has such a pretty face. I haven't back stitched it yet, so it will have more detail in it. Her hair is pretty. I'm working on her dress down there. So that is the Mad Hatter Tea Party by Bella Filipina. For the, I know for the Jasmine one, I forget what it's called, but I did order the call for fabric, which piece of under the sea fabrics. It's like a Red Skies or something maybe. So it's a real dark color too. Okay, so I showed that. I stitched a tiny bit on my English garden piece. Just the tiniest bit. That's English Garden by Samplers Not Forgotten. So I finished, let's see. I am working on this border. Love the border there. Finished this band up, put the pink band. This one's not I'm okay if I don't finish this year. I still got a good ways to go on it. As you can see, I am right right there. So over here, I've done the bird. I think I've done all the way down with the alphabet. So I've still got all this to go. It stitches up fairly fast though. And it's a fun stitch. I've enjoyed it. This one is one of the ones I've been seeing a lot of crush stitches on. I was watching Vonna Pfeiffer, the Twisted Stitcher, and she was talking about how you can spray them and they'll kind of puff back up. I don't know if she meant, she was talking about if they stretch out, so I don't know if it would work from it being crushed by your Q-snap. And plus these are hand dyed, so I'm a little nervous to do that too. Let me see if there's anything else. I have my Target basket here. I think I've showed you everything I've started or everything I worked on this month. What do I have out of this basket? I was going to show a beaded piece I've been working on. It's fun, but I don't know what I did with that. Oh, I know where it is. So this is kind of a little tangent here. Hey, buddy, go work on your homework, okay? So I used to do homework, honey. I used to do a lot more beading. I don't do it as much now, but I do it with the peyote stitch. This is like a little amulet bag here I've made. Kind of reminds me of like snake skin. Cool. It's like a leopard one. I never finished it. I never put but you kind of wear just like that. They're fun. I like doing it. It gets a little repetitive though, because you're just doing the same thing over and over and over with the peyote stitch. But I signed. Oh, it's called Totally Sarah. So I signed up for it back in 2019. See if there's a picture of it. You can buy it off of, it's called Pootie Beads on her Etsy shop. Oh, here it is. This is what the finished piece looks like here. It's supposed to be like a little Harry Potter box though. Apparently my husband doesn't get off till 3, so I don't know why he's already home. So I've done like the bottom part of it. Yes. Wasn't expected you home already. I'm trying to do a floss too. I wasn't expecting you home already.
Come on, guys.
All right, so I got one more basket. Another Target basket. Let me see. There's a lot of projects in there I haven't worked on. No, I haven't done that one. Sure, there's something in here I've worked on. Okay, I know I've worked on that one a little. That was another stash shack. I'm not really showing that though. This one. Those are last two before Bishop Mandala. All right. So this is a dimensions kit. I'm trying to get this one done this year because I'm way over, I don't know about way over, but I'm definitely over the halfway point. I've been working on this forever, for probably 4 or 5 years. It's not even that big of a piece. So this is Christmas on the Beach. This one's, I believe this is still available. It's a gold collection. It's been out for a long time. It's been around forever. So I have finished. Last time you saw it, I think all this part was done. I think I still have some little fill in down here. I think it's all, there might be a little bit, there is some open space on this one. I think I might need to finish that. So I started working on the sky over here, and this stitches up pretty quickly here. And then I'll move down to the water here and finish filling it in. So hopefully I will finish that. There's some back stitch. Like there's a lot on the tree, the chairs, and the presents. But like there's no back stitch in the sky or the sand. Might be a little in the sand and on the hills here. But not a whole lot of back stitch. All right. The last thing, oops, I'm going to put these back up. Last thing that I worked on was I started, this is my new year, new start. This is my first time ever stitching a Luca-S kit. So for my New Year's video, I showed two different ones. There was a peacock and then the flamingo. So I did end up starting the flamingo one. So far, I'm working here. If you can see, pretty confetti heavy. Like there's a lot of different colors in there. Confetti is where you got like a lot of different color stitches in a small space. So like 100 block will have like 20 or 30 different colors. Maybe not quite that bad. Heaven and Earth Designs, they're kind of known for that though, especially some of their designs, they do have there's like big blocks of colors, but then some of them it's like the Amy Stewart designs. Because I'm stitching on the cross stitch lady one, the cross stitch shelf, I forget what it's called, Stitching Time. A lot of confetti. All right, I'm not sure which way this goes. I believe I have it up. Hold on. Let me look. Okay, this is right. This is this black that you can't see on the black. This is beak. And this is his neck or her neck. I'm not sure which. Recently over in Pensacola, I can't remember if it was the bay or the ocean, but there was flamingos there. We don't really get flamingos around here, but I guess they had flown up after one of the hurricanes and just kind of hung out. Imagine they'll go back further down South Florida once it warms up though. So I like the way Luca-S organizes their floss. And I know in my video I didn't know what these holes were, but a lot of people did comment that this is where you put your threads, your leftover thread from, and it's even got some shiny. I think that goes around the border up top though. This border here looks like there's some gold in it. Really pretty design. It's been a long time since I've stitched on black. Having good lighting definitely helps a lot. I haven't tried. I've heard people talk about putting like a white towel or something underneath. I didn't try that because just having my daylight lamp above me seems to be good enough for me. And what else was it? Oh, one other thing I wanted to say is, so for this pattern, they give you a QR code. I wasn't sure what format it was in, so I finally got around to scanning it, and it's PDF. So since it's PDF, I was able to put it into Pattern Keeper. So I'm stitching. I don't know if they do that for all those designs, but I'm able now to stitch this on Pattern Keeper, which I love. Anytime I can stitch off my iPad, I love to be able to stitch, because then it's easy to mark off my stitches. Also stitching Goodreader, I'll take a picture of the pattern and then I will mark it off in red what I've stitched. Okay. Sorry, I'm just trying to keep it somewhat organized. I didn't realize my husband was going to be home so early. He usually shouldn't be home for another hour. But luckily he took the kids outside, so it's not so noisy. I showed that. Okay, so my chatelaine. So first I'll show you a picture of it, the one I'm working on. So here's the mock-up. This is Fairy Flower Garden Mandala. So I am almost done with this section. Always keep it in a pillowcase because it's, you work on it forever. It takes you forever to stitch one of these. I don't want it getting dirty. I do see like a little spots on the back side. So hopefully it won't show up on the front or be stitched over. I need to move this needle miner onto my peacock one though and get this one a different. All right, so this is where I am. You can see everything I've stitched so far on this piece. I have started outlining the dragonflies. So here's the 3. This, you can see a lot of empty space here. So this all going to be beaded in here. The body, there's no body, so that's because that's all going to be beaded. This dragonfly doesn't have a body either, because that's all going to be beaded. There's not quite so many beads on these diagonal dragonflies. There is some though. Look at the difference though. I haven't backstitched these over here yet. Look at how much difference in between those dragonflies. So I also finished up stitching these. So I put in these little bellflowers. These are Jessica stitches. They're like a modified Jessica stitch. So usually they're more circular, but these are kind of in a triangular shape. I hadn't stitched the lighter color on these flowers either, or the leaves, so I finished that. I put in eyelet stitches in these corners here. And so, I'm getting close, honey. So now I am working on, I still got to backstitch these 2 dragonflies. And I am working on stitching this outer border here. I still got to stitch the garden part. There is not much more specialty stitches I have before I can roll up the cube frame. I finished all the specialty stitches in here. So there is a few within the fairy flower gardens. There's some, I know there's some Jessica stitches. I don't know if there's some kind of like, I guess you call this black work. Get it in a little closer. gonna try to take a video with it flipped around. I don't have time today, but maybe before I roll up the Q frame or it's a quantum frame. I looked at ordering more of these because I hate changing out my projects. Like once it's on there how I like it, and I don't want to take it off. So it kind of, it's stuck there until I'm done. I guess I could switch them out, but I would rather just have another set. I looked at how much they cost, and they have gone up so much in price since I bought these. Like I looked at, because I was like, I don't remember, like I remember them being expensive, but I don't remember them being that expensive. So I found my receipt from when I bought these, and they had doubled in price. So maybe for my birthday, maybe that's what I will treat myself to on my birthday. I would really like at least one, maybe not that I can fit a chatelaine on, but at least one that I could fit something that's on a fat quarter. So something more this size. And I know they've changed the design around too of the quantum frames. So they don't like lock in anymore. They're kind of more like this kind of style over it. And they also have side stretcher bars now that you can buy with them, so that would be nice to have. I use these things, but I can tell that it has stretched out my fabric some on the sides. I'm always good about taking them off when I'm not using it, and also always loosen my fabric when they're not in use. My cat, I don't know if you can see him in the corner there, so this is like my quilting pile in the corner. I usually try to hide it a little bit better, but he has crawled under the fabric, and he's like, I guess, using it as a blanket. So I thought about trying to see if my husband can make me some, because like these are pretty easy. You can take the plastic piece out. I could put it into another one if he could make me something like these and these. So I don't know if he's talented enough though. You got to kind of score out the holes and then score out where the dowel rod goes to. I don't know if he'd have the tools or ability to do that. What is this? I don't have a whole lot of, I have bought a lot more than I have to show. I just don't know where it is. Let me see. Sorry, I'm gonna step away for a second. Oh, here's some of my recent stash acquisitions. These are where I keep all my patterns here. I would like to see, I have like a whole thing of gold dimensions in these. I need to go through and do a parade of all my different dimensions kits, because those are a lot of fun to watch. I really enjoy watching people's dimension kit parade, so I need to sit down and do that. So one thing I was wanting to start, I don't know if I will. I have like so many projects and I really want to put some progress in on them. So I've been trying to kind of, hold myself back from starting, because I really, really like to start new stuff a lot. But Liz Matthews, hello from Liz Matthews, is doing a stitch along for this kit. This is the coffee shop. There's also a toy shop. And then I just saw that on with their new releases. I don't know if I could find it. Let me pause it just to see if I can find the new release. Okay, I was able to find it. So I guess like a couple times a year they put out their new releases. I don't think these are available yet to order though. This one is called the Little Gift Shop, and it kind of to me goes with these. It's a little different though. But this one will be coming out soon. So this is called the Little Gift Shop. Let's see if I can. No, went the wrong way. Hold that there for a second. But to me, it kind of goes with the other two. They're a little different, maybe. But I would say they're probably in the same kind of collection. So I think so far she's only, I think like every 2 weeks or something, she's like stitch this part, stitch this part. So I think right now they're working on kind of the middle here. I think they're only on the second round or whatever you want to say. So maybe, I don't know, still debating. I really don't need a new start. I think these are fun. I have kitted like these ones. There's several of these. There's like a hibiscus one. There's a poinsettia. I think there might be some more. I know there's an Easter one. That one looks like a lot of fun. They use a lot of dinky dye silk. So look on the back here. And it gets expensive kitting up silk. So I usually, when I start kitting one of these, I have kitted up the poinsettia. I have like all the colors. I need to start it, but I don't want to stitch it on my quantum frame, so I guess I could stitch it on a Q-snap, but it's just, I'll have to show, I keep saying I'm going to show how I stitch one day with because I have the Monstrix stand too. It's getting old though, it's kind of falling apart. I keep it together though, but I only really use it when I'm stitching my mandala though. But I like stitching on it because I have a big area to stitch on. So compared to like the Q-snap, and I like it drum tight, and those really get it drum tight. So I really love the Bird of Paradise. These colors are a lot of fun too. I think this is all done in variegated floss. I don't think it's colored. Maybe it is color change. I'm not sure. I was thinking it's a variegated rainbow floss though on the border. This one was hard to get. I guess they re-released this as the Feast of Friendship. I've seen a lot of people stitch it. It's really cute. I don't have any plans to stitch it right now. I just buy the black bear because they go out of print. I've also seen a lot of people working on this. I love these flowers here. They are so pretty. I bought this one. This is Lila's Studio. She has a lot of pretty designs. A lot of people are stitching her seasonal pieces right now. I have them kitted, but not started. Another one, I've never stitched, I think it's pronounced Marezka. I'm not positive. It's the Polish company. I think like this one, Luca-S, they remind me a lot of the Dimensions kits. So I really am drawn to these kits from these European cross-stitch companies. They remind me a lot of the gold collection that Dimensions does. This is the wolf one. What's it called? Here it is, Wild Spirits. I like better the way Luca-S does it though. They do it on the cards too, but like the Luca-S has the symbol with it, these don't. And it doesn't look like they have the little hole that you can put your leftover thread either. So I'm not sure yet. I'll probably just write, whenever I start these, write the number of the floss over the color maybe. Would be the easiest way to do it. Oh, I guess they do give you this thread thing. I would rather just keep it, personally, I'd rather just keep it on these floss cards, but I guess that's what you can do with your leftover threads. I don't like how they number it, but I guess it's probably easier for them to kit these than have to put the symbol or the actual thread number. This one is my favorite though. This is Aurora's Garden. Look at that tiger in the jungle. Isn't she gorgeous? I love like plant life, this kind of willow looking tree, the reflection in the pond. It's just gorgeous. So I don't have any plans to start them. I really need to get some progress, but I just wanted them in my kit, in my stash. I might have to live to be like 1,000 to stitch everything that I want to stitch. So I've kind of been trying to think like I'm in my 40s now, so I'm like, I really need to start stitching what I want to stitch in my lifetime, you know, getting those done. So the ones I really want to be focusing on is the Chatelaines because they're expensive and they're gorgeous and I love them. And so I've been putting a lot of time into the uh, fairy flower garden mandala. I'm hoping to get that finished this year. At least all of the stitching, especially stitches. The beading, like I always underestimate the beading. Like it usually takes me at least a month to put all those beads in though. There's a lot. Some of them are more than others. Like when I did Sparkling Peacock, like that whole center almost is beaded. There's a lot. Also got, this isn't the newest release. I think this was from, she just came out with the February fairy, the Amethyst fairy, which is really confusing because there's already an Amethyst fairy. Hoping maybe she'll redo July fairy, Ruby fairy for everybody with a July birthday. It's kind of bummer if you're born in July. But this is the one before this. This is, I guess it would be the December release. This is the Muse. I don't know a lot about art, but I think it has like that Art Deco vibe to it. I ended up going with, so I know a lot of people are switching out the Mill Hills for Delicas, but for these, I just like how they come in these packs. I like how they're all together and it has the picture on it. It's just very neat. So I'm just sticking with, for my memorabilia, I'm sticking with the Mill Hill kits. But with the Bella Filipinas, I have been, Leslie from Under the Sea Fabrics has been doing a Delica conversion. I do like the way Delicas sit better. They sit much like flatter. With these, since they're more rounded, they flop over a lot of times. So, but I've already got Mill Hill for all my memorabilia, so sticking with that. Lots. This has a good bit of beads. This one has, looks like there's some, I call them bicones. These little like crystal things here. Probably can't really see that great, but lots of pretty colors. This one has 2 Krynics. It has a lot. I didn't realize. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 water lilies. Lots of fun to stitch with these. I think some of them are, like there's some that are the same colors. These 2 look the same to me. But there's probably more like 6. All right. But these are, I love stitching in silks. They just glide through the fabric. The one bad thing, sometimes my hands get real dry, so we'll kind of start snagging on the threads. I try to remember to moisturize every night my hands because I don't like doing it during the day because then stitching, I'm afraid like the lotion will get onto the fabric, so I just try to do it at night. But winter's almost over. Spring is around the corner. So a little life update. So today is February 28th, and tomorrow is my son's birthday. He was a leap year baby. Tomorrow's leap year. So I took him to Sushi Masa in Pensacola on Saturday. Hey, sweetheart. This is my daughter, Vivian. Go ahead and just show all the kids, I guess. Oh, she just got out of school, so she's kind of a mess. Say hi. Can you say hi to the camera? Look, you're on camera.
Yeah, baby.
That doesn't open, sweetie. Go see Daddy. Go see what Daddy's doing. Go see Daddy. Wait, go see Daddy. It doesn't open, sweetheart. Go see Daddy. Sorry. Go see Daddy. Daddy. So, what was I saying? Okay, Sushi Masa in Pensacola. So it's all you can eat sushi. My oldest loves sushi. He's turning 12. And so it's an all-you-can-eat place, but it's not like your traditional buffet style where it's all like, you all laid out. This is made to order, so it was super fresh. It was so good. I think you get like, the one bad thing is they don't have like, it'd be nice if they had kind of where you get to try them all kind of thing, but I know that would be a pain to make. So we tried like 6 different kinds, and you get between 6 to 8 pieces with each order. So ate a lot of sushi, and plus we had I can't remember, they're kind of like pot stickers, these little things. It starts with a G, Geisera or something. Can't remember. And then he wanted ice cream, but they were out of ice cream. But our server was like, we got for a sweet treat, we got sesame balls, so like little dough balls, and they roll them in sesame and fry them. Those are really good. I never had them before, but we had a lot of fun, and he really enjoyed it. And then we went over to the mall, and I got him some new clothes, and he loves the milk boba tea, so we went and got a milk boba tea. And so let's see, and then we're going to celebrate like kind of more of a party style. We're going to go over to the indoor water park in Alabama. I think it's called like OWA or something. It's in Foley, right above Gulf Shores, Alabama. There's a cross stitch store in Gulf Shores, so I might have to make a trip over there. I can't think of what it's called though. I've been there once. They have a lot of more needlepoint type stuff, but they had a lot of cross stitch too. They had a lot of patterns. So we'll do that. His grandparents are coming in the next weekend. I'm off. I have to work this weekend, but then I'm off the following. We're going to do it this previous weekend when I took him to Pensacola, but he's got an extra day off that next weekend that I'm off. So we decided to do that one instead. I do have a little bit of sad news. Our dog Lola, she passed away unexpectedly. It was Super Bowl Sunday. That's another reason I haven't filmed. Like, I'm still trying to deal with that, and not really ready to talk about it a whole lot yet. But we don't know what happened. She was kind of feeling, she had a bit of diarrhea, which is not unusual for her. She's always eating stuff that the kids feed her. But then later that afternoon, I found her having a seizure. She never came out of it, and she passed away like minutes later after I'd found her like that. So there was no way she would not have made it to emergency vet. It's 45 minutes away. So that's been really hard to deal with. Her birthday was Valentine's Day, Super Bowl Sunday, I think it was 11th, so she was like 3 days shy of her 10th birthday. I think she must have eaten something, ingested something that she shouldn't have, but I don't know what. I wanted to have an autopsy done. My husband didn't because he was complaining about how much it already cost to have her cremated, so I just kind of dropped it. But it was unexpected, and I don't know that we'll get another dog. We got 2 cats right now, so I think we're just going to stick with that for at least a year, and then we'll kind of reevaluate if we want a dog or not. And so that was my bit of sad news. She wasn't that old, so we weren't expecting it, so that was really hard. And I have been doing a little bit of quilting too. I won't go into detail. If people want to see it though, maybe I'll show it for the next video. And nothing really else to report. I think March is my kids' spring break, so we may go up to Georgia. My family's in Georgia, so we might go see them. I'm from Calhoun, Georgia, which is like an hour north of Atlanta. So we may go do stuff like in Atlanta. It's been a long time since we've been to the Georgia Aquarium. Last time we were there, Logan was a baby. I think he was like 1.5 maybe. So maybe we'll go do the aquarium, the World of Coke. That's a lot of fun because you get to taste test all the different cokes from around the world. And go catch up with some old friends from high school maybe. So I hope everyone has a good month. Hopefully, I don't know that I'll be back for a March update just because I'm going for spring break, so I probably won't even get much stitching done. So it'll probably be April before you see me again. So I hope everybody has a good beginning of spring and everyone's doing well. And I'll see you next time. Take care.